Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome to episode 17 of Europa Universalis for As France. I declared war on Aragon in the last video because, well, let's be honest, I hadn't been to war for a while, so it was a good chance to do so. We've managed to siege all of their territory, apart from the islands down there in Majorca. We are also starting to siege out the provinces in Savoy, because they're also involved, as are Portugal. Now, Portugal aren't doing terribly well, because they have my vassals in there, as well as Castile, ruffle stomping all over them, so that is fine. We can either gain 30 Diplo power, or Brittany's opinion of France is changed by plus 30. Well, let's keep that as high as possible, because I still want to try and offer them vassalization at some point. It's going to be difficult, but by taking some more provinces, I will have a higher tax base, and that may actually help with my ability to do that. We are going to be a little bit overextended, so we are going to need to save some of our admin power. Now, of course, Savoy isn't a co-belligerent, so taking provinces from them in the war is going to be twice as costly in terms of war score as it would be normally. Okay, so we have a new military tech. Now, that will actually give us a new infantry type and allow us to build star forts. Doesn't give us a lot else, unfortunately, but we may as well take it. I'm not going to bother with the new infantry type just yet, because we are currently at war, and it would reset the morale of all of our units. Another peace offer from Savoy, which we're not going to accept just yet. We're going to wait and see what we can take from. We're certainly going to at least wait until we've managed to take Wallis, which in fact we have just done. We will move down there. I'm not sure that Austria will move out. It is possible that they will, and we may be able to grab the siege. It's worth having a look. I don't want to try and take too much away from Savoy. Let's go and have a look and see what we could take from Savoy if we wanted to. So, we have 69% personal war score against Savoy, so we wouldn't be able to take Wallis and Savoy, which is, you know, disappointing. Where's their current capital, in fact? Oh, that is their capital, so we won't be able to take that anyway. So we could take Savoy. Could get them to annul their treaties, but there isn't really any... Oh, excuse me, voice breaking there. There isn't really any point in getting them to... Oh, Savoy and its subjects give up claims in France. That could be nice. 20% war score needed for that, though, so... We could get some war reparations. No, we don't have enough for that either. I think taking one province from them, actually, is probably enough. So I'm going to go ahead and take one province and as much money from them as possible. Send my demands and move you guys out because you don't need to be in there anymore. Let's move you back out. Actually, we'll move you into Savoy. So we are going to have to go ahead and core Savoy. Let's go ahead and start doing that right the way because it's going to take a fair bit of admin power. Siena has entered into a military coalition against us. That's quite an interesting one, but that is fine. We can't peace out with Portugal at the moment because we haven't taken anything from them. Tuscany has entered into a military coalition against us. So as you can see, already the coalition has started. It's not the worst of coalitions, although we are starting to get a little bit of aggressive expansion, mainly because we're taking stuff from the HRE. So military tech cost plus 2.5% for 5 years. Or we can lose one stability. Well, we've only just upgraded our military tech, and it's definitely going to be more than another 5 years before we're ready to upgrade that again. Because I think we'll be several years ahead of time. Yeah, we're 10 years ahead of time, so if we do get enough military power, we'll be spending that on ideas anyway. So it's better that than losing the stability. We're actually making a fair, decent amount of money. I could start sending some of my troops down here in an effort to start sieging out some of Portugal. It's not a bad idea. We are getting peace offers from Aragon, though, and as I did say before, I don't really want to take an awful lot from Aragon because I don't want to end up with too much aggressive expansion. So how much could I take from them if I wanted? Obviously we want Aragon because it is the war goal. Could we take Valencia as well? Yes, we could. We'd give us 60% overextension and 24.8% aggressive expansion. Mainly with Aragon and Portugal. We would get a little bit against Austria, but I don't think that's the end of the world. We would get 20 against Provence, which I'd prefer to avoid. But at the same time, it's going to be damn nice taking some stuff from them. Can we get war reparations from them as well? No. Can I get any amount of money from them? Yes, but they don't have a lot. Let's go ahead and do that. It's probably really stupid, and we're probably going to start getting a coalition now. We're also overextended because we are over 100%, which I didn't anticipate because I didn't count it up. So this is bad because we're over 100% overextended now. And even Switzerland has entered into a military coalition against us, which is a little bit disappointed. Castile have broken their alliance with us. Wow. Liege has entered into a coalition. So this is not particularly good, although we might be able to repair some of these things. Let's go ahead and try and improve our relations with Castile. We will also go and try and improve relations with Switzerland, because we may be able to get them out of the... yeah, they're outraged because we've been taking some provinces. So we have got a fair bit of aggressive expansion. We are definitely going to get a coalition against us. Castile don't like us anymore. Lorraine has entered into a military coalition against us. It's not going to be the end of the world. Let's go ahead and change to our superior unit type. So we'll take the better infantry. That will reset our sort of morale. Potential of a rebel uprising. Catalan patriots want to defect to Castile. They are going to be... There's quite a few territories, actually, where they are around. It's going to take a while to call these provinces, though, so it's going to be a little bit difficult. I did take too much. That's the problem. That's where this went wrong. I took too much too quickly. I was very, very greedy. But I think we can probably deal with them. Got enough military power to potentially quell that rebellion for a little bit. And we need 94. Oh, well, we'll leave our troops around. I think you guys can actually come down here as well. If we do get rebels pop up, we will have to just go ahead and deal with them. Try and get rid of this overextension where we can. So Savoy, Aragon and Valencia are the worst places, as expected, because they're the places that we've just taken. But we should be fine. Provence really doesn't like us now either. Mainly, again, because of the aggressive expansion. So we are going to have to work on a lot of relations with people in order to get back somewhere. There we go. Patriots have risen. Now, where are those guys? You're actually there. So let's go ahead and move in. Do we have our leader here? Where is our leader? I'm not sure where you were. Were you in that army? I hope he wasn't. Anyway, we shall move in there. We should win that fight. I mean, they are only... but the Patriots are more difficult to deal with than, say, for example, peasants. Oh, lose 10 army tradition. That's a bit annoying. Well, we'll wait for that fight to be over before we lose the army tradition, because that's a bit of a pain. 18 more regiments popping up, plus local unrest, plus local manpower modifier, or we could... For how long is that? Half a year. Lose 5% national tax, 30 ducats, and some stability cost modifier for half a year. Yeah, let's go for that. We'll let this army recuperate somewhat, get up to full morale. And then we will go in and try and squish this rebellion over here. Now, they've got no leader. We do have this superior base morale. We've got the same tactics and discipline, though. So let's split our two armies up. Even Bar was coming down there to help deal with that, but no, we're fine. We're managed. That should deal with that for a while, anyway. So we are going to have to reinforce. We're still nearly at our manpower cap, so it's not terrible. We are losing a little bit of money, mainly because we're reinforcing and we're overextended. So, of course, our trade our trade isn't anywhere near what it should be. But we could go ahead and get some buildings built. Temples, again, are really going to help. So let's get temples wherever we can get temples. Production efficiency, constables, certainly worth having where we can have them. Anywhere that gives us sort of +1. I guess 0.85 is about the highest I can see at the moment. Unless I'm missing something obvious. There's another 0.85. So always work on the most valuable provinces first. Let's go ahead and do that. Save a little bit of money, just in case we have a massive rebel uprising and we need to go ahead and get a massive amount of mercenaries to deal with that. So we're not currently at war with anybody. Now is probably a good time to continue with our exploration. Let's just go ahead and unlock the map just so I can see what's happening. So let's come back over here to the coast around Greenland, and we'll click over there, and then we will go back there. So let's see if that works. And maybe we can start with a little bit of colonization. Who's this over here occupying? Naples is actually occupying parts of Portugal. That's quite interesting. Not too sure why Castile did break their alliance with us. Maybe because we didn't actually give them anything. Maybe because they actually wanted parts of Aragon and we didn't give them anything in the peace deal. Quite possible that's why it is. Would we be able to offer them an alliance? No. Because they have a hostile attitude towards us. Yeah, because we've been quite ambitious. I mean, once our aggressive expansion has gone down and once our overextension has gone away, it'll certainly make that easier to deal with. Now then, as for Bar, let's go ahead and... Well, we can't improve relations with you at the moment because all of our diplomats are currently busy. Not terribly bothered about Switzerland, though. Would have been nice to get them on as an ally, but it's going to be difficult. So let's go ahead and work on improving relations with Bar. We may be able to get them in. Milan has now entered into a military coalition against us. We'll need to check my naval force limit, actually. I'm not sure if I'm anywhere near it. I can have a few more land units now, which I probably should do. I can have another 10 ships, so I probably should start building up a little bit of a navy. Getting some heavies might not be a bad idea at this point either. How are we doing up there? What's your attrition? 93% actually. You could have probably found a little bit more. Ah! But right, it's too far away. Eriksford is 501 distance away from our closest unblockaded core province with a port, which is Labor. And our colonial range is 412. So it's actually too far away. Now, we might be able to colonize something on this side of the land if it's not all sort of tundra or places where you can't colonize. So we will have to actually have a look. We'll go back up there once we're repaired and see if we can uncover some of those provinces, and we might be able then to start there. Other than that, of course, we may well be able to get another idea that further extends our colonial range. What have we got here? Losing some naval tradition. So we're starting to get these bad events, and the reason we're getting these bad events is because we are overextended. Once that overextension goes away, then we'll be less likely for that to happen. Austria has now entered into the military coalition against us. These are the things that we don't want to happen. We don't want Austria being in a coalition against us. Doesn't necessarily mean they're going to declare war on me, and I might be able to hold my own in a defensive war. Royal marriage with Brittany has ended. They may offer a new one. We can take another idea. Now, global settler increase would be fine, but not a lot of point in taking that at the moment because, well, I can't actually reach anywhere. So, we are improving things with Bar. Let's just remove you for a moment so we can go and renew our royal marriage with Brittany. Because they, well, no, can't actually at the moment because they actually have a regency council. So the dynastic options probably aren't there. Where are we? Dynastic options. Oh, we can have a royal marriage. Very strange, even though they're currently in a regency council. Let's go back to sucking up to Bar then. Up to 147. Continue to improve relations. What's our improved relations up to? Only 69, so we might be able to start to annex them soon, which would be a good thing. Let's have a little look at the coalition map mode right now. So all of that red is the coalition. So it's quite nasty. How much aggressive expansion do these places have? Yeah, aggressive expansion, minus 56%. Wow, some of them Milan, 66. So it's going to take a little while to burn some of that off. What we could do is we could have a little look and see if we can actually hire an advisor that would give us better relations over time. Diplomatic reputation. Yeah, no one in there is particularly all that useful. So there's not an awful lot that we can do about that, so we'll leave it as is. Like I said, it is going to take a little while to deal with all these things. Another possibility of a rebel uprising. Milan defects to Savoy. Or Savoy defects to Milan even. So let's just move some more units up over here, because I can see that's where they're going to pop up if they pop up anywhere. Let's go ahead and take this ship again. And we will go and have another look around the seas here, just to see if we can uncover the land. Because sometimes you can uncover the land with an explorer if you just move around the coast a few times. It doesn't always work straight the way. So we lose some power in the Bordeaux trade node for 10 years. That's a little bit of a pain. So, yeah, all of these bad events are because I'm overextended. And that was my own fault because I didn't do the math. I mean, I only took 3 provinces, so I was no way expecting it to be quite that much. This is problematic because you guys haven't arrived there in time. I am going to... Right, I can't even assign the leader to you because you're currently in the battle. We are in the mountains, though. And obviously they do get the penalty because they start on top of us. So they're... counted as the attacker. Bar's also coming in to help as well. We're going to take quite a few losses there, but nevertheless we did win the fight. So I think I'm going to keep you guys kind of in the middle, just so you can deal with that if it happens again. Of course, having to reinforce the troops does become a little bit costly, which is a bit of a pain. Don't need to be giving anybody any military access. Did we actually go and uncover any of the land here? We have done, and we can't actually colonise. I knew there was only a few provinces here that were colonisable. So this is going to be the closest one. The colony is too far away. So unless we can increase our colonial range, we won't be able to colonise there. Or we managed to take on Brittany, which would then give us a little bit more reach because we'd have a port that was a little bit closer. So we'll see how that carries on. What have we got here? We can invest in a new technology. That's going to be our Diplotech. We are behind the times, and it will give us a little the trade depot and a little bit more trade range. So let's go ahead and do that. The next one will give us plus 50 colonial range. That still won't quite be... Well, that'll be 50, but we might get a modifier on top of that as well. So getting the next level of Diplotech will be really good for us if we want to start doing some colonisation. Could spend some of this papal influence. What could we try and do? Reduce interest. Don't really need to do. We could get our 10 prestige, don't really need that. I think we just spend some of these points and try and increase our chance of becoming the papal controller. I still would like to go ahead and vassalize Provence. Would be nice to get a... Let's just move you out of Castile for a moment. Let's go ahead and offer an alliance as soon as our diplomat... Just if I unpause the game, it'll help. So we'll go ahead and offer an alliance. That should increase our reputation a little bit there. So that's fine. Do we have all the royal marriages and things like that? Yes, we do. Still got a lot of aggressive expansion, so there's not a lot else that I can do about that. So I will go back to improving my relations with Castile. Would they be willing to ally up with us again? No, probably not for a while. Don't appear to have any aggressive expansion against us, or do they? Aggressive expansion, only 7. Yeah, they desire Aragon and Valencia. That's the most negative modifier that we've got, because they actually want those provinces. Because getting those is part of their ability to be able to form the Spanish nation. So it's hardly surprising. So we may not be able to be too friendly with them for a while. What about England? England thoroughly hates us as well. I'm just thinking maybe it's possible that we could become allied with England instead. That could certainly be an interesting thing. We've got a bit of aggressive expansion. We are rivals, which is the bigger problem. We could go ahead and start trying to improve our relationship with England. It's not a bad thing. Unfortunately, we don't have a huge number of diplomats, so that's going to take a fair bit of time to sort anything out there. There's probably not an awful lot of point in doing a lot of exploring with our explorer, given the fact that we know we don't have the colonial range to reach anywhere, but we will start uncovering some more of these sea tiles while we can. But either way, we have gone over the 20-minute mark, so it's probably a good place to end the video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying EU4, as we can recall our diplomat from Castile, because he's finished doing his job. And just before we end, and just so that I don't forget for the start of the next video, let's go ahead and send our diplomat to England and see if we can actually go ahead and improve our relations with them just a little bit, make them like us. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you next time, and until then, goodbye for now.